You know, in professional sports, in the corporate world, at your blue collar job, there are rules that are written in black and white. Most of you learn them when you first get to your establishment or your sport, what have you. And there are rules that are written in black and white. There are also unwritten rules. Rules such as, not eating somebody's lunch out of the refrigerator, not stealing someone's stapler on their desk, things like that, not drinking out of somebody's cup, things of that nature. There are unwritten rules that, they're not technically breaking a law of sorts, but if you do them, they can be highly frowned upon and could possibly have indirect implications if you break these rules. Why am I saying all this? Enter Jameis Crab Legs Winston, and I say that jokingly. The BCS National Champion of 2013 from the great school of Florida State, the Heisman Trophy winner in 2013. Well, he was selected to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in 2015. He had a stint there all the way to, I believe, 2020, where he was traded to the New Orleans Saints, where he's now currently a backup quarterback. Well, Sunday night, they played the Atlanta Falcons, and while they won in very convincing fashion, there was no need to put a punctuation on this game. However, Jameis Winston decided to break one of the NFL's most coveted cardinal rules. And we're going to talk about that because I found it disgusting and deplorable, but I want your thoughts on it. And with that being said, welcome to Normieville.
I can't say anymore. I'm probably already in trouble for mentioning it to we call you normies.
As I said in my introduction, by the way, this is also a disappointment because Jameis Winston is from my great state of Alabama, by the way, of Bessemer. Jameis Winston, as I said in my beginning of my video, there are unwritten rules that in sports that if you break them, they're highly frowned upon and could get hands put on you should you break them. I remember I was watching an NBA game, and the game was pretty much over. The seconds were ticking down. I think it was under a minute, and this guy made a layup, even though they had already won the game by points. And there were people that rushed the court and tried to put hands on this guy. And again, there are unwritten rules. There are rules of pass interference, offsides, things like that. And there are unwritten rules which you are not supposed to break. And one of them is faking the goddamn victory formation.
Ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way.
As you can see here in Sports Illustrated, Jameis Winston explains why Saints changed victory formation play versus the Falcons. Yes, he did. I will play I will show you a clip of the play in which he made this violation later on in the video. Okay, but let's read this article from Sports Illustrated, and then we'll break down with some video clips. All right, let's get started. Atlanta Falcons coach Arthur Smith looked like a sore loser when he confronted Dennis Allen at midfield following the New Orleans Saints 48-17 victory in Week 18. Smith took issue with the Saints scoring a touchdown in the final minutes of the game by going into victory formation. But rather than quarterback Jameis Winston taking a knee to keep the clock running, New Orleans Saints gave the ball to Jamal Williams, who scored a touchdown. Yes, I watched this play. I think there was a minute and 14 seconds left on the play. And again, I will show you in video format what happened. But essentially, yes, the New Orleans Saints went into victory formation with a minute and I think 13 seconds left on the clock. It was like first and goal. Okay, they were like the 2-yard line. They went into victory formation, but instead of backing up and taking the knee as every quarterback does once the ball gets snapped, he ran Jamal Williams through the middle for a touchdown. Okay. Taking into consideration, Smith's anger at Allen seemed rather justified. I saw this coach meet him in the middle after the game was over, and he seemed very heated, and then you know why. Taking a knee or running the ball, but don't fake kneeling when a formation that tells the defense that the offense is surrendering a down. Yes, in victory formation, which many of you football fans know this, once the offense goes into victory formation, the defense usually, once the ball snaps, the defense just stands up because they know the game is over. This is just a formality to run the clock out before the game is officially over. So defense is not, on guard, okay? And with that being said, you fake the victory formation. Well, you essentially trick the defense, which, like I said, is an unwritten rule, is in my opinion, unsportsmanlike, by the way, as well. Okay, this is not a trick play. You're faking the victory formation. In my opinion, it's different. However, the situation was clarified during post-game interviews. Smith didn't call for a fake from victory formation. Winston changed the call because players wanted Williams to score his first touchdown of the season. Yes, this was the lamest excuse I've ever heard.
Bitch, ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way.
The coach called victory formation. It was 47-17. Coach Smith says, Coach Allen calls victory formation, sends Jameis Winston in there because Derek Carr and I think whatchamacallit have been playing quarterback. The game was over. They send Jameis in there to do the victory formation. Okay, and instead it seems as if, and you'll see the interview, the post game interview. It seems as if Winston on his own with the team, made the second team out on the field, decides on their own without the coach's knowledge to say we're gonna fake Jamal Williams into the end zone because he hadn't had a touchdown all season, and they want him to get a touchdown before the postseason started. Or at least before the season's over, because I don't think the Saints made the playoffs. So they wanted him to get his touchdown before the season was over, which, again, I thought was lame. And a sportsman just to fake this just for one guy to get a touchdown. It's a team sport. He didn't get a touchdown this season. Oh, well. Okay? So essentially, Jameis Winston and the entire team goes rogue on the coach to get a touchdown for this one player at the expense of the integrity of the team and the organization. Let's continue. Quote, I apologize to Allen because the play was victory, but I also explained to DA that it was a team decision. Really? Winston told reporters, including WVE's Garland Gillian, I think when you have a team morale, and I asked the guys, what do you want to do? We know how much Jamal means to the team, and I understood from DA's perspective. I'm not even going to read the rest of the article. We're going to go to Twitter real quick, and we're going to watch the play, and then we're going to watch the reactions, because also Shannon Sharpe had a very strong reaction, which I echo his sentiment. And sorry I'm so animated, but I watched this and I found it very disgusting. So, and I will leave you in the comment section to give your opinion. But in my opinion, I thought it was foul. Hold on a second. Okay, now as you can see here, this is from 504 Ralph Lauren. This is the play in question right here. I'm going to show you this first. Then I will show you Jameis Winston's post-game interview. And then we'll go into some of the people that decided, I guess Shannon, I think RG3 and others that had their own reactions to this, okay? So what I want to do now is show you this play. 6 seconds. You see the score is 17-41. They're at home, New Orleans, okay? The Saints are in victory formation. It's first and goal, probably on maybe the 1 yard line, okay? And this is what Jameis Winston decides to do. Let's roll the tape.
There's a lot of factors that cause you to not be successful. And there's a lot of factors that cause you to not be.
Now, as you can tell, the defense was not ready because, as I said before, and as you can see clearly, New Orleans was in victory formation. 2 running backs, quarterback in the back, and I guess tailback in the back, 2 tight ends, okay? They're in victory formation, and look what happens. They run Jamal through the middle. The defense is obviously not ready. They're all standing up. Jamal runs right through, gets a touchdown. And the Saints are happy. The Falcons are like, what the hell is going on? Too easy, right? Now let's find Jameis Winston's post game and see what he had to say about his decision, if you will. Okay, so it was a team decision. He decides on his own. He's going to tell you that he asked the team what they should do, and they all collectively, him included, said, we're going to do this.
I think when you have a team morale, and I asked the guys, I say, guys, like, what do you want to do? Yeah. We know how much Jamal means to this team, and really? I understood from DA's perspective, so I give him that. Yeah.
Okay.
But DA didn't condone that at all. Yeah. He didn't. However, we decided as a team to do it, and man, we got an interception to the 1 yard line. Yeah.
So because you had an interception to the 1 yard line, that justifies you breaking an unwritten rule, faking the defense out, and saying we're just going to run this man through at the end, even though you already winning true enough, but it's not. Let's go.
Like, so if we would have scored, would it still would have been disrespectful?
You dumb fuck.
Ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way.
What logic? Well, we had scored, would have made it worse. So are you saying if you had scored on the interception versus running the ball, faking the victory formation at the 1, would it have made a difference? I'll leave you, the viewer, to answer that question.
You know, so
Tyron wasn't in on it, was he?
no, Tyron was not in there.
No, I'm just kidding.
Like it was an offensive team discussion. However, when you return the ball to the 1 yard line and you have that opportunity, we just had that opportunity and we decided. Do you think
like he been playing all game? Well, we had the opportunity. The games are what opportunity? You needed more opportunities. You had 47 points already.
Thing though that is forgotten fairly quickly, or you know what I mean? Like,
I think it should be forgotten, especially when the score is already 41-17. So I don't know how much worse it can get. But I got a ton of respect for Arthur Smith and the coach that he is. I think they do some incredible things. I didn't want to disrespect him. That was not my intention.
But you did.
My intention was to lead the team that I've been with the entire year, and we made a collective decision that we wanted to get one of our guys who they fight with blood, sweat, and tears every game in the end zone, and I'm gonna feel good about that. Yeah.
You know what? I don't even want to listen to more of this. I'm gonna actually link this in the description box so you can watch it well, if I can find a better version, I'll link it in the description box. But you see this guy out here, right? He's ecstatic that he got this man a touchdown like I said, at the expense of the integrity of the team. And yes, they the victory was a landslide. It was 47-17, or probably 40-17 before they scored, right? However, this is not a good thing. He thinks he did a good thing because he helped the guy get a touchdown. Like he's gonna remember that for the rest of his life. And yeah, I guess if you want to look at camaraderie, yeah, you did a great thing. But in the big scheme football wise, you made a terrible mistake, and people are calling for your job right now. Let's talk about that. This is my man, Big Unc. Y'all know who he is, right? Shannon Sharpe. You know, everybody's seen him with the Cat Williams interview and all that, so he's gone viral. But this is him reacting to Jameis Winston faking the victory formation. Let's talk about it. Shannon, tell us what's up.
How does this make the Saints look?
Bad. Makes Dennis Allen look like he's lost control of that locker room. But I'll say this. I would cut Jameis Winston today. I would not want him on my team. That's loser's mentality. And people will say, well, Shannon, what about when Dan Marino fake spiked the ball, or Peyton Manning? They were not in victory formation.
Negative.
If you get down, the defense is conceding. If you want to run the ball, let the defense line up. Don't you fool them, think there's a victory formation, and then drive off the ball.
Yes.
You mean to tell me that's going rogue?
Going rogue. Again, in the postgame, he says this was not the coach's decision. This was him and the teammates on the field at that moment to do this. Essentially, yes, you went against your teammates. The same as you if you was going against your boss at work, if you was going against your commander, whoever in the military, you were disobeying a direct order from your supervisor to do your job.
Dennis Allen's going to probably have to go because his players have no respect for him.
Right.
He said they sent victory formation in.
Yes.
But
That's right.
we made a decision. I'm sorry, Molly. I would cut Jameis Winston today. If I'd been on that team, let me tell you what I would too. On purpose. There's a mentality that you got to have if you want to play winning football. Jameis Winston has a loser's mentality. That's why they didn't win in Tampa. That's why Tom.
Now, I'm not going to say all that, all right? Jameis Winston had some bad moments. Specifically, he, not 2019, he had the most passing yards, and he was second in touchdowns behind Lamar Jackson. He also had the most touchdowns that season with 30. So he had 33 touchdowns and 30 interceptions. So bittersweet season. I think he did the best he could under the circumstances. Of course, Tom Brady comes in behind him and wins the Super Bowl. I mean, you can say what you want to about that. I don't think Jameis was that bad, but I mean, looking at the stats, he wasn't that good either.
He came there, took the same team and went to the Super Bowl. Look at what Baker Mayfield did with basically the same team, got him in the playoffs, something that Jameis Winston couldn't
Shannon,
do.
do me a favor. Say that one.
Oh, by the way, just like my man the other day I was talking, what's the guy's name? Joe Smith. Jameis Winston was also first round, first pick in the 2015 NBA draft. Just saying.
I'm on camera. What you would do?
I would cut him. I would cut Jameis Winston today.
Today. Now, let's listen to RG3 echo the same sentiment, and then we'll get out of here. So I was going to play RG3, but after watching the video, RG3 actually agrees with the play. Yeah, it is what it is. But I want to know what y'all think about this, okay? Me personally, I believe, and this before I saw Shannon's reaction, I personally think it was bad because I watched football for many years now, and every time the 50 formation goes down, this is the end of the game, okay? This is my first time ever seeing somebody fake the victory formation to get a touchdown for any reason, okay? Especially if they're winning by that big of a margin. It's just unheard of. So, in my opinion, Jameis Winston made a mistake. The coach was going to lose his job at the end of the season probably, but Jameis Winston put his neck out there, in my opinion, for a stupid reason, and this will probably be his last game in the NFL, if you ask me. It is what it is. Thank you for attending another episode of Normieville. You know me. I'm just Normie, here to bring you the latest and greatest in sports news, entertainment, and politics, mostly sports. Let me know what you think about Jameis Winston and his decision, his game time decision last minute with his teammates to get a touchdown for his young friend on the field. And please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and the notification bell on your way out of the door. And I will see you on the next video.